and welcome to the CueSports International Expo, being hosted at the Rio All Suites Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada. This is the Predator World 10-Ball Championship presented by CSI and sponsored by Predator, the only WPA-sanctioned World Championship to take place on American soil. 128-player field, $250,000 in prize money, $60,000 to the winner. It is all based on invites and WPA ranking. This is George Teachay on the booth, bringing you the live action with the one and only man from across the pond, Mark White.
Good morning. It was a long swim this morning across that pond, but I'm here. I made it just in time. Good morning, everyone.
And you got to Vegas, and we've got a great match here in a race to 8 playing 10-ball. This is a one-loss side match between Omar ALSHAHEEN and Superman Roberto Gomez. Omar breaking the balls. He is from Kuwait. His opponent lives in, I believe, Houston. And this is very well matched. A 787 Fargo versus a 791. 4 points.
Wow, it's going to be close, George.
We're going to see some fireworks. Both these gentlemen, they're just great players. And Roberto has had, what, a third in Arizona, a second in Michigan, a second in Ohio from the Pro Billiard Series events. ALSHAHEEN has done well, too. He just won, 2018 Texas Open 9-ball champion, 2021 9-ball finalist, losing to Albin Ocean. So quite a bit here. But either way, both of these gentlemen, after this match, since they've lost one, will have to win 2 more matches to get to the final 32 to make the second stage, where it becomes a race to 10 and single elimination. Oh, a nice little nudge that puts him right in line for the 3-ball.
Yeah, he won't do a lot with a cue ball here, just a little draw out, just try and get away from that route for the 4 into the top right.
We've got 128 of the best players in the world here in Las Vegas running around the Rio for all the amateurs, and it's free to the public. Come on back, sit in the stands with us, watch the live action, or you can sit at your home and watch it from there. We'd rather have you here, and so would you. This is the CSI Expo and BCA World Championships, USA Pool League National Championships. We just finished the Alpha Las Vegas Open with 192 players, as Omar just works his way smoothly and in perfect line now to take down the last 4 balls of this rack. And so we had the Alpha Las Vegas Open. Right here we are at the Predator World 10-ball. Today, this afternoon, although we won't be streaming any matches, the Alpha Las Vegas Women's Open with 64 players here. First time in Las Vegas and part of this expo. And so we have vendors galore. If it's pool related, you can find it right here, right now, at the Rio All Suites Hotel and Casino. And Omar has just played brilliantly and perfectly. He's got that cue ball with ball in hand shape on almost every shot. Race to 8. No early 10s, no 10-ball breaks. Alternate breaks, so Roberto will be breaking next.
Yeah, and we have 13 other tables in action here in the Rio All Suites. And looking out to my right, young Eric Roberts has taken a 2-0 lead over Niels Fyan.
Oh, that's Eric Roberts over there. I hadn't met him, or I hadn't seen him. I was wondering who the young man was that was warming up with Niels.
Sky Woodward in action also against Max Eberly. Max Eberly's taken the first rack there. Plenty of action going on all over the rooms. So referee Michaela Tab, she had one of my chocolates this morning.
Those were delicious.
Actually, I've left the box
chocolates.
with her. I said, don't eat them with your gloves on, otherwise every ball will end up with a 7 ball.
They'll taste like chocolate, huh? With the 7 ball. Did I miss one of your funnies? Did it go
Of course you
over my
did.
head? It went
No.
over my head?
Now, Superman. He needs to get off to a flying start. Pardon the pun.
Oh, why pardon it? We like those. All right, we're in Vegas, right? And drinking is something people do in Vegas. Now, I came across this last night on Facebook, and I just cracked up, and I thought it was funny. But have you ever been so drunk you got hit by a parked car? I just couldn't resist. I wrote that down so I could use it this morning. If that doesn't wake you up at 10 o'clock in the morning, I don't know what does.
All the,
Coffee,
all the drunk people are still asleep, George.
That's right, that's right. Tried to give you guys a laugh early in the morning. Won't take this so serious, but these guys are serious. I can guarantee you that. Look at both these guys. Talk about a matchup, same height. Gosh, everything just so close in every way. Roberto, Mr. Consistent, you know, a third, 2 seconds. Bridesmaid, never a bride. But soon he'll get that monkey off his back. He's playing so well. Fargo keeps going up a little bit.
Well, if anyone enjoys it, win or lose, it's this man at the table, Roberto Gomez. Great character around the venues. Always laughing and joking.
I think, you know, I agree with that type of attitude and charisma, because you work yourself into a good mood. And it's contagious.
Omar, I saw play in the World Pool Championships in the final that you mentioned against Albin Ocean. And in the semi-final, he played against Oliver Schnocki before he was really well known, Oliver. And Oliver was 6-0 up in a race to 9. And Omar came back and won. And then I believe he went 6-0 up against Albin and lost 9-6.
Oh, wow. So Albin just rose to the challenge and shut him out.
Yeah, class act, Albin.
Yes, he is.
Don't forget, guys, if you want to correct us on anything, hit us up in the chat. You're going to have lots of... That's going to keep you guys busy this morning.
Sponsored by Medalla Premium Light. I could use one. I could have used one last night.
I thought he was going to say now. I was going to hang on,
no,
George.
it's
You've got a problem, mate.
It's 10 a.m. No beer this morning. I'd like a delicious cup of coffee, though. I tell you, I bring my own little Keurig because I'm in Vegas for 11 days here.
Shh! Don't tell him. Don't tell anyone.
Oh well, I'm going to. But I packed away. I ended up with some decaf in my mix, and that's all I had this morning was decaf.
What is the point of decaf?
The creamer.
You drink coffee for the caffeine,
that's
right?
Right.
Oh, don't slide past. He hasn't.
He's
nicely played.
slid perfect. That's what he did. Look at this 5-ball. He can bring this back. He's just got to make sure he doesn't hit that 9-ball. And he'll just slide in place. He's playing perfect position from angle to angle, and almost, like I said, ball in hand. He'd like to be closer and off the rail, but he's pretty straight here. Maybe he's not so perfect, but it's easily handled by Omar. Oh no, he could not slide up there for it.
Taking a more difficult 6, but he's still fancying to make it.
Sure. He does have to avoid the 10 coming down.
Omar always looks immaculately dressed. His hair not a hair out of place, George, a bit like yourself until you put those headphones on.
Oh, boy.
Oh, wow. He's done all the hard work. And
Yes.
now Roberto can fly to the table and mop these last 5 balls up.
He's got to make this one and get good on the 7. After that, it's a mop-up. Sometimes players will take a shot like this for granted. And when they finish their stroke, it's still on the table. Not Roberto. That smooth, slow backswing. Come right to the middle of the table here with the cue ball. With a little draw. There he is.
Berto is one of Chad Shoulder's horses. Havoc Productions. Good morning, Chad. Your guy is going to level things up here, I think. Got several players. Chad also has Danny Olsen, who's in the tournament. Young Tyrell Blowers as well. He's in the stable.
Mark, I'm told you sound amazing as usual.
Really?
Yes.
Who said that?
We don't need to mention names.
Not much taste.
We're tied. Tied at 1. And I guess we're going to have a little more leeway to talk to you guys. You're going to give us more time. And we're not going to commercial break just yet. So, I think the guys from Vegas, Trick 60.
Yeah, I played him in the tournament.
Oh, did you?
In Banging Balls. Hello.
Oh, there you go.
Actually, no, I didn't play him. He was running the tournament.
Okay.
And they all complained about my Fargo. So I offered to go up to 600.
Uh-huh.
Because they said I was playing more like a 600. So I said, that's okay. I'm not here to. It was like a charity fundraiser for to support Savannah Easton on her quest for greatness. And we raised $780, I believe it was, in the day to help her with her travels and hotel expenses
awesome.
and entry fees and stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So
So hi, Trick.
So you're trying to tell me you were sandbagging and they caught you?
That was my true Fargo at the time. What can I do?
Okay.
I'd love to be a 600, George. I'm just not that good.
So would I.
Yeah, here we go. The hustling starts once again.
I don't play anymore so that my Fargo doesn't go down and I can say I'm a little higher. My skills are diminishing, my friend. This man's aren't. He's breaking because he won the lag. Keep in mind. Think score's tied. Lag winner breaks. Very advantageous if you're at Hill.
I just mentioned Banging Balls there. It's actually going to be the house for Jeffrey DeLuna.
Oh, DeLuna's moving to Vegas?
Yeah,
Awesome for
moving
him.
to Vegas.
I like Jeffrey. He's a riot.
He's got a house here. He's got a car here. And he's going to be the resident pro at Banging Balls. Lovely new place that opened just a few months ago.
Is that the place with the, what tables do they have in there?
All Rasson.
That's what I thought. I thought it was the one with the Rasson tables.
Yeah, loads of little miniature ones, which I've never seen before, the little 7-footers. So, yeah, and talking of Jeffrey DeLuna, I saw he's in Thailand at the moment. I got him some action with some guys that I know over there. He played a guy last night who's a reasonable, oh dear, what a miss, who's a reasonable player, and he gave him well, I say reasonable player, he's champion of Thailand, right?
Yeah.
He played him 10 ball, raced to 17, giving him the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and he beat him 17-10.
Jeffrey does that. One time I was in the booth with Jeremy Jones, and he says, I'm amazed at the spots that he gives over in Texas.
Crazy. So back to this game then, nicely on the 3-ball. Another Filipino. Doesn't want to be straight. I think he is a bit straight.
Yes. But he can bring this back with a little bit of right low and go up towards the 5. off the back rail. Just like this. Well, that's even better.
Oh, bump
Unless
that
he gets
7 would be
behind the
lovely.
7, that's not so much better.
Dear, oh dear.
See, that's why I like the spin, to spin up and play the 5 in the corner. That's what I was thinking he might do. He chose the side pocket and accidentally got behind the 7 ball. I'm pretty sure he wasn't even trying to get there. He was trying to probably just bump it or stay on the other side.
Excuse me. So, just like in the previous rack, sold out. But this time, it's not Omar, it's Roberto. Left him 5 balls, exactly the same as Omar did for
the last
Roberto
game.
In the last game.
Well, here, a little twist to your story there, Mark. I just read that DeLuna also played in Thailand, using the bridges on every shot, and won.
There's another Filipino called Jeffrey Prieto, who his nickname is the Wax Man, and he says he'll play anyone in the world if the balls are waxed, and also he'll play anyone using his toes, using his foot as a bridge. And there's a fantastic video, or lots of fantastic videos of him on YouTube. Look him up. Not now, guys, because we want you to stay watching this.
Yeah, we want you to stay here.
So nicely on the 8 ball. Let's watch this backhand of Omar. Nice.
Careful
slow
with the side
backswing.
pocket. Careful with the side pocket. He didn't even try to come back. I thought he was going to try to come back with it. He just settled for a little angle and a nice approach for the 10. And we're going to go to a break right after this 10 ball goes down. We're back to the Rio Pro Arena here in the back at the Predator World 10-Ball Championship with Roberto Gomez to break the balls. Trailing 1-2 as they've traded punches in the racks, and both have left the remaining 5 balls for their opponent. Let's look at this break here. Close to the center. Head on. 2 ball flies in the corner. There goes the 3. Will he have a shot on the 1?
Can he see that one? I think he's got a bit of it, George.
He can see the 1, but it has nowhere to go. He's going to have to do something off the 3 or just roll onto the 5
Or he
with
can
the
get
cue
up.
ball.
Can he not get up behind the 8, 9, 10?
As a
Thin with
pusher?
lots of... No, he can see it, can't he?
Yeah, he can see the 1. He might.
Play a bit of left-hand English, catch half ball.
I think he's just going to roll the cue ball on top of the 5.
He's got some... Oh, that's a very delicate shot to play from distance, George. Would you play that? How much do you want to play for?
I might bank the 1 ball to the corner pocket.
I think he'll call it.
You guys heard it. The challenge came from Mark. He said, how much?
Anything up to $10, George. No more
We got
than
it.
that.
That's good.
I don't gamble.
That's about
Not
my
with friends.
speed. That's about my speed.
So you just heard Roberto calling an extension. They are on a shot clock, 30 seconds, and they will each get 1 extension per rack, and they'll get 60 seconds after a break off or a push out. And that's indicated by the little clock facelet on the screen. You'll see the one next to Roberto has gone. Well,
he wanted to change his angle. Would it be to?
Is he tempted? I don't think this banks, does it?
I think I'd give it back.
Maybe you can get him up behind the 8-9.
That's a good move. That's a real good move. But the 1 ball's going to open area, completely open. So if you don't get him, you've sold out.
Oh, yeah. I thought maybe you can get it onto this back rail. Twice across the table. He's going up behind the 4, I think. Well, no, he's not. Yeah, that's where he wants it. Look, see, over behind that 8-9.
The players are on a shot clock, but keep in mind they get 60 seconds after the break. You just said that? See, that's what happens when I look
I'm
at
going
the
to
chat.
I'm going to take you to an ear doctor later on, George. I'm going to give him a call during the next break. Oh, look at this. He's caught the 9 ball, but he hasn't sold out because he's got the 1 ball nicely in a safe-ish position, George.
Now see here, I like coming right to where the cue ball is, off the 1, and going right into the 9 ball to get behind it, behind the 8. It lays real nice for that. Yeah, it's open area.
It was very exciting in this room last night. Absolutely packed it was. All the teams are here for the BCA and the USA Pool League. And also, all the 64 women arrived last night for the Women's Alpha Las Vegas Open. Starts today. So it's a real buzz around this place now. And of course, we've got the Carom going on as well. Have you walked in that room, George? It's packed in there.
I have. Spaced out really nice.
Wow, this is a...
When I walked in this room here, there was some women practicing.
Yeah.
Emily Duddy was hitting balls. I think she was the only one I really recognized.
There was, I forget her name now, Leanne, is it? I think she's a Scandinavian lady. Oh,
There's 4 or 5 of them hitting
I
some
should
balls.
know.
Yeah.
Daniel Schneider's wife was here as well, hitting balls, Christina.
There's a good safety. He's going to get behind the 5-6. Did he leave a window to get to the rail so he can kick it?
Bumped into Alison Fisher, and I was like a little teenager fan, George, I was, when I met her. It's like meeting your heroes, you know. Obviously, when I was young, I grew up and she was playing snooker. She was world snooker champion. And then, of course, she came over here and started winning on the pool table. Oh, this is a nice shot. Needs a bit of luck. have been better.
That's what Omar does here. He's got a little tricky shot. He could kick this one ball and stick it there and bank it to the bottom rail. Kind of like that. He just played 2 rails instead.
Oh, that's
and got
nice.
behind, found cover.
Yeah, that's
Nicely
a nice
done.
shot. Some
Nice-
good
nice
safety
shot.
here. Easy kick though, George, once again. Not really a telling safety, is it?
Little kick shot here. Is he going for? Yeah, he's going to kick it straight. Oh, I think he's not going to like the result here.
Well, he might not go in. He is going in. Well, now a chance for the Kuwaiti. I love those colours. Red, green and white together. Lovely. Good pool scene in Kuwait. Some great players as well.
Oh, yeah?
Coming out of Kuwait.
Well, you're well-traveled, sir.
Predator Al-Wahadi. Al-Youssef, of course.
Al-Youssef, Al-Muhana.
Yeah.
There's another one, Al-Daidi.
Yeah. Al-Baidi.
Al-Baidi. Someone wants to know if you've played Jimmy White snooker.
I have played him snooker. I played him in 1984 at Clacton Snooker Centre. I had a 48 break against him and a 22, and I beat him. And 10 years later, I played him in Pattaya in Thailand at pool and beat him again. I most recently played him in 2019, and I lost to him. He's actually become a little bit of a friend, Jimmy. He's a great guy, does so much for the game, and he's still around, he still loves it. Lost in 6 world finals, of course. Never won the world championships. One of the best players never to win a world championship. So that's my little boast for the day over. That's my claim to fame. That's my only one, George.
Well, you just described a great player, and you just said you beat him 2 out of 3 times.
Yeah, but, you know.
So we're not playing snooker, right?
I'll play you snooker for anything you want.
I thought you would. I'll play you snooker golf on a 5x10.
I like snooker golf, actually.
So do I.
But not on a 5x10.
I do. Well, I never play on a 6x12.
I play on a 6x12.
I don't play on a 6x12.
That's why I want to play you on a 6x12. Actually, I'm not sure I could see that far now. So this 8, 9, 10 to take a 3-1 lead in this race to 8, day 3 of this wonderful Predator World 10 Ball Championships in lovely Las Vegas.
It's going to land just perfect for this 10 ball and take a little bit of a lead here. Alternate break format. No early 10s. No 10s on the break. Nice stroke here. He's so careful. So straight.
In it
Nicely
goes.
done.
So let's bring you up to date, guys, with some scores from around the room. Neil's fine. I'm looking out to the right. 3-0 down against young Eric Roberts. Now, when I walked in here this morning, George, Niels was practicing, and Eric was sat there, and he was on his phone. Niels Fine come over to him and said, "You want to practice?" He said, "No, you're okay." So Niels started breaking from lots of different places. Still, he sat on his phone. Now, I remember Steve Davis always used to say he would never read a newspaper before
a match.
Before a match, because he wants his eyes to adjust. He wants his eyes to adjust to the light. He wants to get a feel for the table. but that's all thrown out the window because here he is, didn't practice. He had one rack before they started, and now he's taken a 3-0 lead against Niels Vian.
I actually saw that little interchange you just described. I was standing on the stage looking down, and I wondered why the young man wasn't alternating racks with him.
No, he was just sat there on his phone, and staring at a phone on small print is not good.
No.
You need to get your eyes adjusted, but who am I to say that? He's 3-0 up against Niels Vian, so that's all blown out the water. Steve Davis, you don't know what you're talking about. Here we go, Omar ALSHAHEEN 3-1 up, rack number 5.
Yeah, I was always told it takes you about 20 minutes to adjust to the lighting when you walk into a room for, you know, to be accurate for pool especially. Cue ball just went right in the side pocket, and the other one ball's still there. Did something go into the side? No, there's 10 balls on the table.
Only the cue ball.
Just the cue ball. Well, everything's spread open. I don't see any problem balls for Roberto.
Max Eberle has taken a 2-0 lead over Sky Woodward.
I just got asked a very good question by Pro Level. Are these racks available to the public yet? I don't believe they are. I'll stop by the Predator booth and find out. So I'll tell you later.
Yeah, I believe they're a prototype at the moment.
Yeah.
We don't want them going on sale until they're absolutely perfect for you guys.
Didn't come over enough. Now he's over the 7 to shoot this 3. Is this that 4 balls below the side, so he's going to have to follow this ball and avoid the 9. Come towards the 8 from the second rail. Nice shot, Roberto.
5 games again for you today, guys. This one, of course, then midday, and then we have a little break. We're back at 4, 6, and 8 p.m. Do we know who's next, George?
We do know who's next. The next match at noon will be Levan Corteza and Copigny.
Wow, what a great game that's going to be.
Both of those players are in the 800 club for Fargo. One's an 810, the other's an 820.
Oh, this is a nice shot. Berto's got some very fancy shoes on.
Does he?
I think they might be Gucci. Gucci trainers. Do Gucci make sneakers, George?
I don't know. I don't get into the fancy stuff.
Who said pool players don't have any money? He's had a couple of runner-ups, so he's not short of a few dollars.
Let's see. This looks pretty straightforward. I mean, Roberto defeated Lin Anto and then lost to Julio Burgos to be where he's at right here. Oh, he's come up a little. He's good.
He's okay.
Over, yeah.
Come across twice.
Omar ALSHAHEEN had a good win against Garson Martinez from Peru, and then lost to Ali Albaidi.
That's the guy.
Yeah, that's the guy. Yeah, he lost to him.
One of his fellow.
Yeah, Kuwaiti. I like the way he played that 2 rails.
Yeah.
To make sure he's not traveling low.
So this one then to take it to 3-2.
And we'll go to a break after this 10 ball. with Roberto Gomez to break, trailing 2-3 in a race to 8, alternate break format. Mark, I got asked a question in the chat, and they asked me, said, what's the biggest tournament you've ever won? They asked me that question, and I'm going to have to say 1994 Texas Express Open in Tucson, Arizona. Scared to death to play in that first. It was the second big tournament I played in. I played here in Vegas 4 months before that. And my opening match was Ronnie Allen. I went on to win that tournament.
Wow. How much did you win? You remember?
I don't remember how much, about $1,700, $1,800, something like that. And then there was another big one in Tucson at Pinky's, where I was.
Sounds an interesting place.
It was kind of a crazy place, but I think the one I'm proudest of is the very first one I played in was here in Vegas at the Qtopia, where the field included players like Danny Medina, Ismael Baez, Ernesto Dominguez, Billy Cardona, and I placed 5th in that one. And that was the very first big tournament I played in, because I worked on, I wouldn't take time off to play pool. But that's my pool story, and no more.
Now then, he just played a current in the side. And he's come a little bit short here. He's going to go for the jump stick, I think. Now, talking of jumping, what a treat we had yesterday, that amazing double jump. It's gone viral on social media. If you haven't seen it, guys, it's all over Facebook. It's on mine, it's on George's.
Oh, the double jump, yes.
Just
amazing. You know what's funny about that is in Arizona, they just gave him the air rush, and he was practicing and practicing, and I was on the table with him just kind of watching him, and just watching, because he was just having a great time with it, almost like putting on an exhibition. And he made 2 or 3 of those double jump shots. And so, when he lined up for it, we saw it coming. Straight in on the 3 ball. Easy position for the 4, because he doesn't have to move it very far.
Just going back to that jump shot. Sorry, George, to interrupt you. Okay. Just going back to that jump shot. As I walked I was walking along the hallway to the elevator, and I saw somebody wave to me, and I thought, obviously I can't see that far, so I didn't know who it was. I would just wave back. And I got to the elevator, and it was Sky Woodward, and he was holding the door open for me. So obviously I said to him on the way down, I said, did you see Jesus's jump shot yesterday? He went, yeah, it was a good shot, but, he had an easy 1-rail kick to hook him behind the 2.
Didn't remember, I didn't.
Yes,
and I called that?
exactly,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I reminded him of that. But I just thought that was, and he said, well, it was for the show reels. And yes, it was. It's for the show. And it's good to see players playing that kind of shot,
Well, like you said, get ready for this shot. Get your cameras, get your videos. This is a great commercial for Air Rush. I mean, it was, and it was captured. It was perfectly captured.
Answer me truthfully now.
Oh,
how
boy.
many times have you watched that?
Twice.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah.
I thought you was going to say something. Do you know how many times I've watched it?
Yeah, I just stayed up all morning watching it. No.
I was late this morning. No, I suppose I've seen it about 20 times, and I've shown it to about the same amount of people on my phone as well who hadn't seen it.
I walked down and talked to him right after the match. I walked down there and we laughed about it and had a good time, because, I sat there with him a good half hour. He was practicing shots like that in Arizona. Meanwhile, Roberto's coming around, about to tie this up at 3. Just come straight back a little bit and stay right about there for this 10 ball. And we're going to be tied at 3 here. I'd hate to say that and watch like a miscue or something. That'd be crazy. I'd get screamed at for commentator's curse.
Yeah, I've got no updates for you at the moment. Well, here we go. Yukio Akaguriyama is 3-1 up against Mario He. There's something for you guys in the chat to laugh about, my pronunciation on that. Sharik Saeed is 1-1 with Marco Dorenberg. Donny Mills back in action again. He had a huge win yesterday. I forget who it was he beat. I'll have a look. Jovan Bustamante is up against Corey Jewell. Sky Woodward down to Max Eberly, I think 3-0. It was last time I looked. There you have it. Michaela Tab, all ready.
Taking care of the racking.
Look at these guys in the audience. You can't see them on your camera at the moment. There's obviously part of a team, and they look really good in the audience. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them.
Oh,
all
yeah.
sat in there in their team, and they're all sitting in the same way with their hands in the same way. I wish the camera could pick that up.
Yeah, and you know the name of their team?
No.
Tightwads. I saw them walking down the hall coming up here.
No good
It was
asking them.
awesome.
No good asking them for a drink then.
I was going to ask them, are you guys good action or not? Oh, that four-railer didn't go.
Might get kicked in, no.
Oh, no, it's not.
Oh, that 5 in the side, no.
No, no. It just doesn't look like anything's going to go down. Roberto back up. And this is how tables change hands at the break. And this is how breaks get taken over. Because if you win your break every game, you know, the guy that lag becomes all important. But when you break dry, your opponent can overcome your break. Question for you, Mark.
Oh, go on.
Is Roberto called Superman because he used to be a reporter like Clark Kent?
No, he isn't. Now, there is a story, and a good friend of mine, he goes by the name of Sir John Baril, a snooker champion actually from France, now living in the Philippines. He's a t-shirt, he's a shirt designer, a sportswear shirt designer. And he actually made, you know, these shirts with the one arm long and the other one not. You've seen those, right? So one short sleeve, one long sleeve. A few of the players are wearing them now. He made a shirt for him. I don't quite know exactly why he was called Superman. There is a story behind it, but I've forgotten it. I'm going to have to ask John Baril. Send us a message, John. Remind me.
Actually, I can say nice hit there. Is it going to work out? No, he's looks
Oh,
like
it might do.
He's sold out there. I Googled Roberto Gomez this morning, and there was an answer there saying why he's called Superman.
Okay.
I don't remember what the answer was.
Oh,
I read it, but I forgot it, okay?
Me too. That's two of us that have forgotten it.
So, but if you guys want to really know why Roberto Gomez is called Superman, it's on Wikipedia.
He said, "You talking about me?"
Does he have a, no, he doesn't. I was going to see if he had a 2-rail out of the upper left-hand corner back at the 4. He's going to have to go, it's a small ball to hit. This is like a billiard shot, 3-cushion billiard shot, and it's a small ball.
He's going for it.
Yeah, he has no choice. Small because it's against the rail. If it was off the rail, you can use either, you know, you can use the rail or the ball, and it makes it bigger. You hit it nice.
Oh,
hit
it's
it
a
full.
great hit.
Hit it full.
What a great hit that is.
And the English carried it back up. There was a chance he might have stayed behind the 7 down here on the bottom, but ball had a good spin on it and came right back up.
I think he might be behind the 5 here. Certainly the 8-6 he's going to be behind. He's coming the other way. He's coming off the left-hand side of the 4, putting the 4 over there. Well, that's dangerous. I don't like playing the safety off the, you know, playing the safe with the object ball rather than the cue ball.
When conditions are right, I like it. I usually like to play the safety with the cue ball because you can really tuck them in, like in a one-pocket game. You can really tuck them in and be
Exactly
effective
my
with your
point.
safeties.
Yeah, exactly
Be
my
real
point. Like
effective.
that, you know, play the safety with the cue
Yeah.
ball. If you're playing it with the object ball, you've got to get it exactly right. And if you don't get it right, sometimes you sell out or leave a simple safety like that. Needs a bit of luck, and that's okay, but he's going to be back in trouble again here. So still the upper hand. If Roberto can get a really telling safety in here, get that cue ball right over behind that 5. He's called the corner pocket just in case. Here you see just slightly low right, swinging it over behind that 5 ball.
There's an effective
Get
safety.
in there now. That's the safety.
That's the safeties I like to play.
That's the one.
And I recommend.
And look, he's got the 4 ball nice and close to the rail as well,
Yeah.
making it smaller, George, as you said. It's a good hit on this.
I think he'll hit this ball. It's got a good angle. These guys practice their, whoa, awfully close, but no. And nice and effective safety because he yielded him ball in hand.
Yeah, Roberto getting the better of that safety exchange.
Another thing about those safeties like that is it takes the jump cue out of the equation.
Yeah, even Jesus,
Even
Atencio, or
Jesus
Pedagos wouldn't get
That's
over
right.
that.
That's right. He's got in line here. Brings us back about 3 inches or 4, and he's straight in on the 6th, and the 7, 8, 9 are just connect the dots.
What would we do with that, Paul?
What would we do without pool? I don't know. I love golf, but it takes too long. Well, so does pool, but, you know, I just can't see going out there for 6 hours and playing 18 holes.
I can't imagine commentating on it.
It's only 1 hole at a time, and it, you know, all the walking in between. You have to be pretty creative to talk all between there, from hole to hole. Meanwhile, Roberto has the shot here, and he's going to be going in the lead here. If he takes these 2 balls down. Once he takes these 2 balls down.
Could have gone 4-1 up. Omar ALSHAHEEN. He's going to find himself 4-3 down.
Yeah, but we'll go to a break to pay the bills, and we'll be right back. back to the Pro Arena in the ballroom at the Rio All Suites Hotel and Casino. Roberto Gomez to break with now a 1-game lead. In this race to 8, he's halfway there. Breaking from the center. Trying to get the 3 and the 8, I believe, to go to the side pockets. But that's with a template. With a rack, with a triangle rack, it's hard to get the balls to react the same. But there goes the 3 right at the pocket, a little hard, so it went long. He's broken them wide open with a straight-in shot on the 1 for his opponent because he didn't make a ball. So Omar ALSHAHEEN to take advantage.
Well, I'm an honest and upfront guy, George, and I hold my hands up when I'm in the wrong or whether I make a little mistake or a misjudgment, should I say. And I've just been told that young Eric Roberts was actually in the arena, on the practice table at 8 a.m. this morning.
Practicing
Practicing.
by himself. Yeah, I guess he just sat down for a bit.
But it still doesn't alter the fact that you shouldn't be reading small print or looking at your phone just, you know, instead of practicing when it's your turn. That's just my opinion. Whether I'm wrong or right is another thing.
Omar just got in a bad place with his 3 ball. Does it go by?
I think it might do.
It looks like it might have a window. And it looks like he's playing and coming down for the 4.
He's looking at this as if it does go.
You know, the rack laid out pretty nice. And then I took my eye off of it and things changed. With a shot on the 2. It did
Look
go.
at
Look how
that.
nice.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. It did go through a little window. He ended up with a window between the 8 and 9. Well, now this lays out pretty good.
Yeah, this has got the hallmark of a tight match, George, hasn't it? As you mentioned, the Fargos, very, very close. What was it? 3 points?
4.
4 points?
Yep, close enough. Close enough for government work. Nice stop here.
Close enough for government work. I'm trying to think of the saying that we have that means the same. Isn't it funny? We speak the same language, but we don't.
Different sayings.
Yeah, just, yeah, different words for different things, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Like elevator, vacation, sidewalk.
Yes. We use those.
Yes, you do, but we don't.
You don't take vacations? You don't use an elevator?
We take holidays. We use lifts.
Well, sometimes people use lifts in the United States, too. They put them in their shoes.
Ah, yes, that's for when you've got legs the different length, right? Now this 10 ball then. To level it up once again at 4-all.
Nice shot, Omar.
I stand corrected, said the man in the orthopedic shoe. You like that, George, didn't you?
Yeah, that was fun.
So this afternoon, 2 p.m., it's the Women's Alpha Las Vegas Open. 64 players. The WPBA are here in town, and we've been given, well, I love what Jerry Stuckert gave us last night.
The player profiles?
Now, he was telling me that you actually played a lot together, you and Jerry.
I've only played Jerry once in a tournament. He's played in some of the same tournaments that I've played in. Yeah, we've played a little bit. I just remember having one match against him.
I thought maybe you were doubles partners or something.
No.
No?
No. Played on the same league. When I was playing
that's
in
probably what it was.
2007, 2008, I played with a team And that was part of it.
Now look at this, breaking dead centre, so watch out for the 3 and the 9 here. Tracking towards those side pockets. Let's see if he can get a nice smooth hit. Look at them eyes. Eyes on the prize. Oh.
There went the 5 ball straight at that pocket, but a little low. And again, he made a ball because there's 9 balls left on the table. He's awful close to his work on the 1. Does not have an offensive shot, so let's see if he just slides over to the 5 and puts it behind the 5. That's probably the easiest thing to do.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. Oh, needs the bridge. We haven't seen that used very often. It's probably got some cobwebs on it by now, George.
Well, he's tucked him in. And the obvious kick shot to the bottom of the table and back up for the 1 is not there because the 7 in the 3 will block that unless he really holds it up off the first diamond on the bottom rail.
He's jumping.
He's jumping this? Wow, see, this is a little.
Wow.
This is out of my league, I tell you that.
Mine
I
too.
don't even try to. I don't even attempt something like this. I would try to come down to the bottom rail, hit the 1 diamond off of from the corner, and hold it up. That's a big ball. Makeable.
Yeah, he didn't get over the 5 even. I thought that was a jump too far, shall we say. So a chance for Omar to take the lead again. Any problems you can see, George, casting your expert eye across the
Expert?
table?
I'm far from an expert, and especially if you read the chat right now, I'm not their favorite guy.
Don't read it then.
That's okay. I've got thick skin, not a problem. Fire away. If you ever watched the Count of Monte Cristo, there's a young man that gets taken by the bad guys, and they threaten him, and he just sits back and says, "Do your worst." The player guide does read the shot clock will start when the player sits down, but I believe it starts a little sooner than that when they take their time. But I don't really watch the shot clock, so I really couldn't address that. He's overcut that by a little. I wonder if he will kick this ball. I would actually try to kick this ball to the left side, right by the side pocket, and catch the top rail, kick it at the top rail, and slice that 6 ball and come down for shape on the 7. This is a for sure hit, but the other one makes the ball. We could end up safe here. So it's actually it's a better kick. I just want to be a little more aggressive. Yeah, see, he's still safe. He's going to be played safer. Yeah. I don't think Roberto played a aggressive enough safety, but like I said, I was off for the offense there. Straight 1 rail kick, probably calling it in the side pocket, cross side. Another good shot would be the lower corner pocket and kick it off the rail, back kick it. Kind of like this. Look at this. Wow.
Oh. Well, should be 5-4 here, George. I found another nice little fact for you.
Oh, good.
A fun
Fire.
pool fact, which
Fun
we're going to
pool
do
fact.
during the break. Yep.
Let's watch him run these 3 balls out. I mean, it's coming straight back. Do you bother to come all the way back and risk getting behind the 10?
I don't think so.
Well, it's a
Then
big
he's-
area.
But then he's got a bit of a shot to play on getting to 9 to 10, and then hasn't he? There you see.
I think I bring this all the way back because there's no chance of scratching. So I'm going to get back there, be close.
Well, he's going low, but is he just stunning out, or is he drawing all the way back? He's gone all the
Just
way
like
back.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, nicely controlled.
Mm-hmm. And we'll go to a break right after this 10 ball goes down. And Mark will give us some facts later. And the players are back. I don't know if we're on. Are we on, Stephen? Roberto Gomez to break the balls. He's just lost his lead to Omar ALSHAHEEN. It's 5-4. Omar winning the last 2 games in a row. There goes the 7-ball straight at the pocket. And not much with the 1. No offensive shot. We're going to look at that cue ball. It'll probably be down here by this 10-ball on the bottom rail.
While the players were out taking a little restroom break, I went for a little walkabout and looked at some scores. Sky Woodward is 4-2 down to Max Eberle. And young Eric Roberts is 5-3 up against Niels Feijen.
Roberto went out and came back, complained that he couldn't find a phone booth to change. Thought you'd like that one, Mark, but it was pretty corny, wasn't it? Did it leak out? It did. Just an inch too hard. He would have been behind that 10-ball.
Will he go for it? Might get contact with a 6, George.
I think he goes for this. He could play. Well, actually, he can't see the. He's not sure he can see the right side of the 1. I think he goes for this.
Well, why did he wait so long to call the extension? Well, moved a bit on that one, George.
Did he? That's a long shot, and the thing about shots like that, he's done okay with the ball because he's
got
safe.
away with it. Now, can he kick this into the side?
I believe so. He'll hit just to the right of the 3 and spin the ball into the rail and try to go rail first on this 1.
Yeah, just flick it in. Move the cue ball out into the centre of the table. Not too hard. Slow medium. Extension called again, this time for Superman.
Can you see this ball?
Oh, he could. Unbelievable. We both got that wrong, George.
Well, I tell you the truth, I still like the kick shot there because I think it was a higher percentage of doing something positive with the ball. But he's a pro. I don't profess to be a pro and nor make 2 balls at one time.
Well, that's not bad because look at the 3.
Perfect. It's perfect. He'll have to play the 5-10 combo or come down and play the 5 in the upper corner. But this lays out pretty. You know, one of the things about, I feel, this is my feeling, my opinion about doing commentary for pros, is most of the pros are going to shoot pretty much 80–90% of the time the same shot.
Look at this, though. He's overrun that slightly. But these shots are nothing, as you say, for these pros. This is a hanger.
And this is going to mess things up for him.
Oh,
actually made it easier.
Well, he's got a choice now. He can play the 9 or the 10. What do you fancy? I quite
fancy
like the 9.
I like the 10 all day long because the 5 ball stays there and the 10 can go off the 9. If he hits the right side of the 10, he can't miss it.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
He hit the left side of the 10. He went to the wrong side.
It's personal opinion, of course. I thought that the 9
you like the 9 was easier? Well,
because it squirted the. It was better to play the 5 after that, I thought. But there you go. What do I know, George?
Well, he missed the shot I called. Maybe he would have made the one you. Maybe he would have made the one you called. But Roberto didn't get there. He did not want to hit the 10 ball first. He wanted to get behind it and tuck it in, as I like to say.
This is a race to 8. He'll be just 2 from victory if he can clear these last 4 balls.
This match has gone pretty close. Omar's won 2 games in a row twice, and he's about to win 3 games in a row unless this ball keeps coming down.
And now this is awkward. He's going to play this with lots of left-hand spin.
You going twice across? Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
there
boy.
you go. Made it missable. And he's, wow, look at this. This is a gift.
Yes, it is.
Should have gone 6-4 up there. It's going to go 5-5, I would imagine. Someone else who's just gone 6-3 up, Eric Roberts against Niels Fyan, a 19-year-old.
Well, you know, when you're 19,
Playing great.
You just... This guy's not 19 anymore, and he's playing pretty well. 43-year-old Roberto Gomez about to make this 10 ball. And we're tied at 6. At 5, excuse me, at 6. I'm losing my mind.
So let's have a look forward to the next game, George, on here.
The next game on here, Levan Corteza versus Copini at noon.
Now, I've never actually commentated on Copini. I love his game. I love all the Co brothers games, actually. But I really am excited to see. Well, he's the only one that hasn't been on this
stream yet.
yet. The other 2 have, haven't they?
I think Han's been on here twice.
Yeah, I think he has. And so this will be Lee Van Corteza's second time, I believe, as well.
Now, there's another close match. They're 10 points apart on Fargo. 8-20 for Yi and for Ko. And 8-10 for Levan.
Let's have a bit of fun with the guys in the chat. Who do you think is going to win this 10-ball title? I've got a sneaking suspicion it could be Shane this year. Just something telling me it's going to be Shane. Who do you think, guys? Gomez to break. Oh, he's made a ball in the side. I think it was the 7. No shot on the 1, George, but a chance. He's got control of the table. What do you like doing here?
2 rails behind the 6 ball and the 3-8 with the cue ball.
Well, he might get there via.
He might get there
a few
via
detours.
A kiss
wow,
on
look
the
at that!
rail.
I
Yeah.
think the jump cue's going to come out.
It worked.
Straight away, walks to the table with the jump stick. Everything's going on here.
He's called the 1 ball, 2 rails in the corner pocket on the left. That's a good call, actually. Good to recognize it's going to come off the 9 in that area if he makes it. Oh, he missed the 9 entirely.
Look, he's caught. Oh, I thought he was going to catch the 10 then if he had it done. Well, how's it gone? Mind out the way, Roberto. We can't see. Thank you. I think it goes by the 10, George.
It does. He's got a...
Yeah, I'm right behind the line of that one.
He can avoid the kiss on the 4, too, so... He'll have an idea where his cue ball's going. He's overcut it.
He's caught the 5 ball.
And opening shot here is pretty straightforward, and so is the position for the 2, so it looks pretty good for Roberto. See what the 6 ball does to the 3 ball if it hinders it in the corner. He didn't touch it. He didn't touch it. What a good shot.
Talking of the Coe brothers, Coe Ping Chung has beaten Ernesto Dominguez 8-2.
I was wondering if he was going to play that. I didn't want to say anything. I just wanted to see where he'd go with that. And that's exactly what was on my mind. Because you wouldn't play that unless you feel comfortable with the speed of the table.
I enjoy watching Roberto when he's flowing.
Mm-hmm.
He's nice to watch.
Good place to watch his backswing here. See how he pauses? It's a long pause, brings it back real slow in the long pause. And right after his long pause, and he pockets his 10 ball and takes a 6-5 lead. We'll go to a commercial break.
I thought he was going to say we're going to go for a pause ourselves.
Back to the Pro Arena at the Rio All Suites Hotel and Casino. Roberto Gomez to break. He now has a 1-game lead, closing in on that magic number of 8. 6-5. We'll watch the 5 and the 9, see if they head to the side pockets. Last time the 5 ball just went straight to the pocket. There it goes again. 9 ball went a little high. 9 ball went straight in. He's straight in on the 1. What a nice break. This is rather, if you can call it break and run, here's a good one to call. I believe it will be the first one of the set. He's coming straight back. and in line. You know, at this level, we don't see as many break and runs as you would think with, you know, in 10 ball. I think part of it is when you get to a suspicious shot or a shot you're not completely comfortable with, they'd rather play safe. It's higher percentage.
You know, the same thing happened in snooker back in the 70s and 80s. It was all everyone going for everything. And all of a sudden the prize money rose and players realised playing recklessly, you need to start playing the percentages. I know I keep bringing him up, but Steve Davis really did do that. He was known as, you know, the percentage man. He wouldn't play anything unless it was a minimum 60-40 in his favour. Anything less, he'd play safe. And sometimes even percentages as high as 70-30 or 80-20, you know.
I'd be, I won't play unless I think I'm 80% sure of making a shot. Otherwise, I'll duck.
Yeah, it's the way it is nowadays. Players realising, we saw it in the US Pro Billiard Series as well. As soon as the money doubled, you know, more than doubled from 12,000 to 25, players started thinking, hang on a minute, this is serious money we're playing for here. Short races, don't take risks.
And we saw that from year to year on the Pro Billiard Series, you know, where they were going for the runouts and the races to 4. And now that that money has gotten up there, we're watching them duck all day. This will put them on the hill.
Yeah, let's have a quick scoot around the room, shall we, George? Alex Pagulayan, 5-4 up against Dimitris Lukatos from Greece. Niels Johanning is 6-5 up against the Alpha Las Vegas Open champion, Victor Zelensky. Omar, of course, is, as you can see on your screens, there's no need to say that one. Blake Baker, 6-4 ahead against Ko Tai Young. As we said, Yu Lung Chang has beaten Pedro Botta by 8 racks to 4. Jeremy Sosay 2-4 down against Justin Martin. Now, I saw Justin Martin's girlfriend playing yesterday. What a good player she is as well.
Oh, yeah?
Absolutely. Donnie Mills has beaten Joe Spence. Matthias Snigoki is 4-all with Aloysius Yap. Corey Jules 6-4 up over Jovan Bustamante. And Sky Woodward 5-3 down against Max Eberle. There you go. You're up to date.
And again, I saw a little difference in the break. The 4-7. The 7 went low and the 4 went high. I don't know what that means. Is the balls are being racked, but it has to do with the speed.
I was just going to ask you what it meant.
As soon as I said that, I said I shouldn't have said that because I can't explain why.
No, but it's easier to explain why if both balls go high or low, isn't it? So maybe it's because he just slightly struck off centre.
I was going to say, I can explain why this went in the pocket. Well, actually, this is a good little opportunity for Omar. This lays rather nice for his own break, a break and run of his own.
Yeah, and that will tie it up at Hill, George, if he breaks and runs the next one. Getting ahead of ourselves a little bit, but...
Omar broke this one because he breaks on even. So it'll be Roberto's break.
Okay.
But he's got to do what he can, because if he loses this game, he's done. He's done for the tournament. This is a one-loss side match.
Well, guys, Eric Roberts has beaten Niels Viant. So I believe that means Niels is out.
Well, he left himself about as difficult as possible. Very makeable. 10 ball could come into play. But it's not. He's hit that rather nice. Nice shooting. Came through that pretty well. Like you would expect him to, the champion that he is. 2018, I believe. Texas Open 9-ball champ. 2021 9-ball finalist. Who's in the Albin
Ocean. Six, 7. And things are out of Omar's hand. He did what he could to try to come back there.
Now, here's a little pool fact for you, George.
Okay.
The Hustler was based on a novel by Walter Tevis. The novel, however, was based on a short story he had earlier submitted to Playboy. So the Hustler could have become called the Playboy instead of the Hustler. What about that?
Well, maybe he should have sent it to Hustler magazine. There used to be one, and it was in competition with Playboy, if I remember correctly.
So, Roberto,
Let's watch that 5-9 again.
watch his back arm, guys. Just keep an eye on his back elbow. Watch what it does on the backswing. Here we go. Lifts up. Oh, he's gone straight in the side. He can't believe it.
And
No control whatsoever on that break. But look, he's going to be in trouble, though.
I'm going to just play safe.
Yeah.
I'll stick him right behind, stick him tight behind that 9 ball. Play the 1. He's going to play the 1. I'm going to play safe and hit the 8 with the cue ball. I mean, with that 1 ball, so it goes over towards the 10-5 and stick him on the 9.
He's going for it. He's going all out here. Well, just brushed the 9 ball. Has he got past it? I'm not sure he has, you know.
I'm not sure you can get by this, but we're going to see. It looks like he can. He's going right for it.
Yeah. Well, he's tried to play it in off the rail. I didn't think he could hit it either. Not the potting angle.
You know, keep in mind there that if he plays safety there, he's going to have him on 2. If he plays a good safety, and Roberto doesn't hit it, and then he can choose whether to try to run out or save him again and get the game on a 3 foul. Yes, the 3 foul does come into play. Awfully hard to 3 foul either one of these two gentlemen. Roberto's an accomplished 3 cushion player as well as anything else. So, and Omar, I'm sure, dabbles in it too.
Nice little message from Edward. He says if they gave out Fargo ratings for commentary guys, you would be, you'd both be in the 750 range. Never thought of it like that.
Yeah.
Thanks, Edward. What a shot.
He called that 2-rail kick on the 3 ball. What a great shot. Not oh my. I saw it go in. I didn't think he called it.
Yeah. This is a Darren Appleton special, this. How did he play that? Brilliant.
Well, he needs to play brilliant to run these out. He just made a great shot, and he's worked himself into a perfect position.
Roberto will be very upset if he goes on to lose this match. He had the break, and it was a bit of a wild break, to be honest. The body went everywhere. The cue went everywhere, as did the cue ball, straight in the hole.
Careful with the 8 here. He's got to get up a little higher. High enough.
Now, will he go 3 rails here, George?
Yes. I might just run into the 9.
Played it perfect.
This will tie it up, and he's breaking on the hill. The advantage of winning the lag.
Our games have changed. Well, yeah, we'll see if it is important. If he makes a ball and gets on a ball, just needs to avoid that scratch. Do you think sometimes players put just a little bit too much into the break, George?
Sometimes, especially when you really want to do well with it. But we're going to go to a break. Speaking of breaks, we'll go to one here. After that insanely great shot by Omar ALSHAHEEN, kicking the 3-ball off the side rail to the head rail, the other opposite side rail, and into a side pocket. Close out the rack and ties things at 7. Here we are in the Hill game, and he's breaking the balls. Watch the 8-2, see if they go to the side pockets. A ball flies straight in. Now, will he get a shot on the 1? Mission accomplished there. It's a tough shot on the 1. It's a good one. It's long, but it's just roll it in, and you know this rack lays out pretty good. The 7-ball, will he have to play a combination? We'll see. The 6-ball is close.
He might actually dig down on this cue ball, George, and try and get the cue ball over by the 5 somewhere.
Yeah, you could roll it or he can dig down.
Yeah,
I think both shots are good.
He's rolling it. He's playing
safe.
Playing
safe. He got the safety, but good kick here for Roberto.
Might call it here.
Yeah, I'm sure he will. Because if he kicks it, hits the upper side of it, the cue ball could slide and get behind the 3-4. He doesn't have to just give it up.
He's called it inside. No, he hasn't. What's he calling?
He's called in a bank shot to that corner. He pointed at the corner pocket. Is he playing a billiard? Off the 1 into the 10? Can you see the bottom of the 1? No, he couldn't. He thought he could.
That's a mistake.
I didn't think he could see that ball, but he's at the table. We're looking at a monitor. Wow.
Wow, indeed. A real
Turn of
chance
events
now.
Oh yeah, big time. Omar's about to steal a match.
Roberto will be kicking himself for his last couple of racks, George. He had a good chance to put an end to this match. He's let Omar back in.
Let him back in. Gave him the reins. Said, you drive.
Victor Zelensky, Niels Johanning, 6-all. Alex Pagulayan, 6. Demetrius Lukatis, 4 on the outside tables. Oh, somebody else has just won. I think it's one of the leagues going on here.
They do get excited.
You've got the BCA,
You know,
World Championships, and also the USA Pool League National Championships. Over 5,000 players here. This is their big event, the CSI Expo here at the Rio All Suites Hotel, Las Vegas. And this is big now for Omar.
He's looking good here. You know, we spoke about a team sitting here watching. The whole team was there. The tightwads. I asked them during one of our breaks. I said, "Where are you guys from?" And they said, "From Kansas City." And I said, "So are you guys good for action?" He goes, "There's a little town called Tightwad, and that's why our team's named that. It's close to Kansas City." Tightwads from Kansas City, BCA League. I'm assuming it's BCA, could be USA, but give them a little shout out. They watched most of this match. All 5 of them were here, and wow, what a match they got to see. This had a great ending, exciting ending, and in a way, it's just unfortunate for Superman. It got away from him a little bit.
I think
Is he going to get behind the 10 here? Ooh, I thought that might come up. I thought that might come off.
I think it's great these guys can just walk in the arena and look at these top pros in action, and hopefully it inspires them and it gives them something to talk about. So this 10 ball then to wrap up an 8-7 victory for the man from Kuwait, Omar ALSHAHEEN. We're going to be back soon, aren't we, George?
Yes, we are. With Liban Corteza and Copigny.